I felt like really we played like 2 games. Just exhausted mentally, physically, but proud of our kids. I mean, it was they answered the bell a lot of different times. Played through the physicality. Give credit to Duke. They took us out of some of the things that we wanted to do. We had to resort to some other things that we really had as Plan B, but they did a really good job. They play really hard, and but I'm very proud of our kids. I thought Elizabeth was tremendous tonight. She really had it going. She looked good today in workouts. Looked really good, and really had her shot going. Georgia struggled shooting the ball. I thought she rushed. She was a little bit out of tempo, but she had a big shot at the end. And I thought Matilda gave us some big baskets, some very timely baskets that we needed. So, every win in the ACC is very tough, and for us to be able to continue to hold serve at home in front of a tremendous crowd. Very proud of our Hokie Nation coming out Thursday night, 8 o'clock, and just really showing out for us. So, good win for us.
Start on the right, the second row with Joey.
Congrats on 8 in a row.
Thank you.
What was Duke doing that was seemingly, frustrating Georgia and kind of, maybe throwing her off as, just having an off game? Like, what were they doing?
Yeah, I mean, they did a good job of running 2 people at her. They really hedged hard on the ball screens. I didn't think she really attacked the ball screen like I wanted her to. We'll go back and watch film in those situations, but I just thought she was tentative in attacking it. And then they do a good job of rotating. It's a very aggressive man-to-man, but it also has some zone principles on the backside where they really help strong side. So you have to really be able to take care of the weak side, the backside, and we didn't do that. I thought we missed some people a couple times where we could have got some easy opportunities, but that's the way they play. Every game they're out there, it's I wouldn't call it pretty basketball, but it's hard. They play very hard, and they're physical, and they're aggressive, and they just always have a hand, somewhere and kind of throw you off, and that's what they hang their hat on, and they're really good at it.
Colby.
Holding Duke to only 56 points. What did you like what you did on the defensive end of the
Yeah, our defense. Again, it's not what Duke does, but we do a good job of playing to our strength. Our strength is our length. And, we contested shots, make them take the shots that, we pretty much want them to. And they hit some of them. They did. They were very good at that. But we contested shots and then tried to clean it up on the board. So it was even on the boards tonight. But, our defense is not bad. It's come under fire, and, I think it's ever since it's come under fire and we start talking about it and people understand what we do defensively, you kind of understand that, all right, we're not bad defensively. We know what our strengths are. Like I said, we'll play to them.
On the left and the back.
Coach, you guys were down 4 with a few minutes left going into halftime, and then went on that 7-0 run to close it out. Was that a big turning point for you guys?
There were a few turning points. We just really couldn't get any separation. They probably think the same thing. It was just kind of back and forth, but we did made a few plays on both ends of the floor. Took the momentum into halftime. Gave it back quickly after the second half started, but we knew it was going to be that type of game. I didn't think anybody was going to go on long runs and blow the game wide open. And I thought our kids did a really good job of staying resilient during that time.
Matilda mentioned that one of the things she's seen grow is the trust. The players trusting each other, knowing that even though Georgia's having a little bit of an off night, she's going to make that open one at the top of the key. How have you seen last handful of games over the course of the season, the trust in between those players develop, and how important is it on a night like this?
Yeah, they've developed chemistry, and it's a beautiful thing to watch. And for me, obviously, putting it together when we went to Greece this summer, to where they are now, and just their ability to love each other, to trust each other, to share in each other's successes. You have to have all that. There's no side eye, and they understand. They watch each other shoot every day. So they know that if we kick it out to Tilly, she's going to hit it All right, we know if we throw it out to Kayla, we get her feet set, she's going to hit it. And that's the trust that they have in each other. They love each other. They really do. They care for each other, and they want to see each other succeed, so they're going to root for each other. And there's no question. It doesn't even matter what goes on in the game. The trust that we built is the hours that we've spent with each other, starting in Greece to the practices, through the ups, through the downs. And so now we're at that point where they're going to trust what they've seen, hours of practice and games, and not just what's going on in that particular moment.
Back to Ryan.
Hey, Coach.
How you doing?
Great to see you. I'm all right. Congrats on the win. I know it's not necessarily always reflected in the stat sheet, but Karis, it just seems like every single time you insert her and you put her out there, she makes a three, crowd goes wild, and then it almost gives you this lift, like a spark plug. I mean, what does she add to this team?
I'm going to date myself, and probably only me and Mark knows who this person is because we're old people in here. She's like Vinnie Johnson. He's like the microwave. All right, so all you youngins go and Google Vinnie Johnson from the Detroit Pistons, okay? And he was like the microwave, and he would get in the game, and immediately he had the green light, and he could really help bust open the game. Karis is like that, where she's not shy. She understands that she's a shooter, and if she's open, we have confidence, as I mentioned, in her to shoot it. And when she makes it, you probably see the bench erupt because the upperclassmen are happy for her. Her fellow freshmen, they probably go ecstatic on the bench, when she does something like that. But Karis continues to grow, and she's going to continue to get better. And once she gets better acclimated on the defensive end, she's going to be out there longer stints, and I think you'll see more of that.
Tie game going in the fourth quarter. What did you like about how your team played down the stretch?
You know what we told them? I said, you know what, you haven't played well. You haven't played well, but we have 10 minutes. 10 minutes to decide a game. And I said, it doesn't matter what has happened. All right, the only thing that matters is what's going forward. And I thought they really took that. And when they're winners. And when you're looking at Georgia Amore and Liz Kitley and Kayla King, and now I'm getting to understand Matilda Eck and Olivia Samil. All right, they had that look on their face like, okay, it's time to go. It's time to win. In years past, maybe they were hoping to win. And, these kids are expecting to win. And so that was the message going out. And I thought they did a much better job and just came up with some of the plays that we really needed to get a little bit of separation.
There are type of games where Duke does a really good job defending Liz. What was different tonight where she was able to score so many points and be so efficient?
I mean, we moved her around. We ran some stuff where they couldn't really come with the double team, and I can't speak for Kara. Maybe they didn't come with it. They didn't want to come with the double team. I know they double teamed her the last possession when Georgia knocked down the three. But we were just trying to take advantage of the opportunities that we had, and we got good coverage and she did a really good job. And we've watched film a lot of that game in particular. Kennedy Brown does a good job of defending her, and we just kind of moved her around, and she got some separation, and she was terrific tonight.
In the previous meeting last month?
Yeah, previous meeting. I mean, we played them. We played them 3 times last year, and we played them. We had already played them once this year, and last game was we couldn't even really take anything away from last game. We played the first quarter. We played really well. The second quarter, we played okay. We kind of lost our way towards the end of the half, and then the whole second half, we didn't have Georgia. So we really couldn't even take any tape from it. And so, but we did know how they were playing Liz, and we kind of mixed some things up a little bit.
Louisville's next. I know you don't like to look ahead. You like to take it one day at a time.
Well,
but
I do know Louisville's next because Jeff Walls called me after his day he had on Monday.
Right.
So, yeah, so he did call me. So I do know. He did tell me we were coming there on Sunday. So,
okay, so you know. Okay. Liz just said that she's never won at Louisville in her career. How important is it to get these seniors off that way and also to get a win in general this late into the season?
I think it's just mainly the main thing is just get a win in general. It doesn't matter who we're playing. And the beauty about this group, and I tell you, they have learned how to focus on the next task. They don't look ahead, and they don't even look at it for any other reason than that it's just the next task. And with that kind of focus, and we know that if we just go and we concentrate on us, we have a chance to win. Other than saying, oh, we have to go to Louisville, oh, we have to go to Notre Dame, oh, we have to go wherever, we're just going to go play, and we've had some success doing it. We won our last two our last 3 road trips. We won at Syracuse, who was ranked. We won at North Carolina, who was ranked. We won at North Carolina State, who was ranked. And all of that was because we locked in on the task at hand. We didn't look ahead. We didn't say, oh, we're playing at. It was just like, okay, who's our opponent? Let's go play. And I think the beauty is the run that we had last year, we played. In Seattle, we played in front of a sold-out crowd, 15,000. We went to the Final Four. We played in front of 20,000 people. This year we played in Charlotte. It was 15,000 people. We played in front of sold-out crowds already, and the kids are learning how to deal with that. And hopefully we're going to need it because Louisville is a very tough place to play. They get the most fans of anyone, in our conference. They're very knowledgeable. They're very used to winning, and they understand the magnitude of this game. So it's going to be a very tough venue to play in.
Second row on the left.
Hey, Coach.
How you doing?
Clara and Carly both got decent minutes tonight, as well as Carice Baker, you spoke about before. But can you just speak about all 3 of their performances and what you kind of expect from them from in this game and then moving on as the season closes?
We trust them. I mean, if you kind of think, if you dig deep into it, we the 3 people that we have coming off the bench and are playing for us are all freshmen, and they've gained our trust, and to the point that we don't even consider them freshmen anymore. They're essentially sophomores because they've logged a lot of minutes, and our expectations from them are the same as the starters, and that's how much trust we have in them, and for me, it warms my heart when Clara does something well and Liz is just so excited about it. When Carly does something well and Georgia is so excited about it, and Karis does something well and Kayla is so excited about it, because that's the trust that they have in them, and they've kind of mentored them. And so we're really going to need a lot from them as we go down the stretch. They're going to be playing big minutes. They could have gone anywhere, but they decided to come here, and they're playing on a top 12 team in the country and logging very valuable minutes that are going to make them good.
Kenny Matilda talked about how the first thing on their mind tonight was getting revenge, obviously, from what happened down in Durham. You've talked a lot in the past about the importance of seeding for you guys. How important is it to avenge one of your losses this season against Duke? And do you look at that at all as something to bolster your resume?
Yeah. And we do. I mean, like I mentioned before, the beauty is like we take the next task at hand. All right, but you play somebody in blue, you're going to get a little bit more excited about it. And part of it too is that, like I said, familiarity. We've played against Duke 5 times in the last 2 years, and we lost to them twice, and it was twice at their place, and it's very similar in fashion that we lost, and then what's happening afterwards, and so it's just. It's great to build a rival. I mean, we have a rival with NC State. We have a rival with North Carolina. We have a rival with Duke. We have a rival with Virginia. And did you get that? They all wear blue. Okay. And okay. And so like that's our pod. That's our pod. And I really feel like we have the toughest pod in the ACC. You talk about those 4 teams. I mean, Mox has getting it going up at Virginia. The other 4 schools are in and out of the top 25. 2 of them are teetering around the top 10. And we got to play each other twice. So there's a lot of familiarity. We couldn't really run our sets. I'm sure they couldn't really run their sets because there's so much familiarity. So the rivalry part of it is, so it does add a little extra oomph to the game and the win.
No pod next year.
I know. How about that? Instead they're going to send us across the country. But you know what? That might be a decent trade-off. To get out of this pod. Because it's tough. And you look at it like I think last year with all the games we finished out in our pod 8-1. I think this year I don't know if it's a 4-1 or 5-1, and in the toughest pod. And so I'm proud of our kids. We're not finished yet, but I'm proud of our kids because they understand that they bought into the rivalry part with all of them, and it's really developed over the last few years.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys.
Have you officially been told that UVA is the